once you give your heart to Christ, instantly God begins working in your life, and he shows you things in you that you didn't know were there, and he shows you the purpose for which you were created, and he begins to walk with you, and you have a personal relationship with him where you don't only know about him, but you actually know him. And it changes your life. His power has the ability to do that. You say, well, what does that look like when you talk about life change, when you talk about a clean slate, when you talk about a new person? I mean, how does that work? Maybe the best way to explain it to you is to let you hear somebody talk about the difference Jesus made in their life. Here's the story of Andrew and Alissa. It's powerful. Listen to it.
I'm Andrew, and this is my wife, Alissa, and we attend the South Campus.
I like to smile a lot whenever we first met.
I think I won her over with my cooking and my grilling.
I was a Kraft mac and cheese from the box kind of girl. My taste buds were thanking him for actually bringing me some better food than what I could cook. I was raised in church, but I definitely found myself getting pulled more socially versus spiritually. In high school, I had a baby and ended up being in multiple relationships. I really started drinking heavily. I really was trying to fill a lot of voids, trying to find myself, trying to figure out who I was, feeling super lost.
So my earliest memories came from living with my mom. My parents had been divorced. My mom was unable to take care of my brother and I. We had been living in a motel. Her struggling with her addictions. I walked through a season of abuse and neglect that left many years of me figuring out how to accept love from people. My thought process was, well, if my own mother doesn't love me enough to take care of me, who else could love me? God sure doesn't love me. I started doing drugs. I started selling drugs. I started cheating people. I sold some drugs to an undercover cop. Received a felony, was in jail for 183 days. When I moved to Springfield, I thought it was going to be a fresh start. It was going to be a new day, and that's when Alissa and I met and we started dating. But the depression, the anxiety, the fear, the worthlessness just followed me here. I would literally look at myself in the mirror and tell myself all of the negative things that I was thinking about. You're worthless. No one's ever going to love you. No one's ever gonna care about you. Just completely break myself down. I would wake up in the middle of the night just with terrible, demonic nightmares.
And he would literally be screaming
and shaking.
There's someone on me. And it was midnight. You could feel the enemy here. And it was like a darkness over the house.
It wasn't something I could handle on my own. I felt like there was more for me. I felt like I didn't have to feel this way. So coming to James River, there was something different about the atmosphere. And you look around and everybody's talking to somebody, everybody's smiling. And I'm like, okay, there's something going on here.
Prior to this, God had been really doing a work in me, and so I had given my life to Christ. And that day that I was working, Andrew went to church with the kids.
The sermon that day was about how we accept the love of God. That was my major, hindrance throughout my life, was accepting love. I needed to surrender to God, and I was just bam, that's me. Pastor John speaking to me. The moment I stepped out into the aisle, I could instantly feel God transforming me. I got baptized, and even more so we saw the heaven open up over our lives. The way God transformed me was unreal. My kids saw it, my family saw it, Alissa saw it.
The insecurities are gone. He's joyful, he has purpose.
I found my worth in my relationship with him. And a week after I gave my life to the Lord, my criminal record was expunged. Nothing had ever happened. Quite literally, God cleaning the slate for me to live a new life. I have just this utter assurance and joy and peace over my life that I never even thought was possible.
What's the answer to all that? What are you going to tell somebody who tells you that's what they're going through? How about Understand how much God loves you and put your faith in him, and he'll change your life. He'll give you a fresh start. He'll wipe the slate clean. He'll give you a new beginning. You say, oh, John, that just sounds too good to be true. It sounds too simple, too easy. You put your faith in God, and God does in you what none of us could ever do on our own. He changes our life. He makes us new. He gives us a walk with him. He gives us a sense of wholeness and purpose and his presence on our life that transforms life itself. And that's what Easter's all about.